That's the only bad part about that flat bottom back end is flashing. Yeah. Alright, so if you just watched the intro to that video, you noticed that my uncle and I, back on the boat again. It was going to be a nasty, rough day offshore, so we decided to go over to New Smyrna. New Smyrna Dunes, got the park over there. Just outside the park is right where the Ponce Inlet is and the channel. Great place to do some fishing, but there's usually a ton of boat traffic. With no one going out the inlet, no boat traffic. Went and anchored up, thought it'd be a great spot. It was. Had a nice day, had a blast. But I don't know if the video does it justice, but it was crazy rough. We were using a couple different little sandbars to break the current and the waves off us. It was about 6 feet and rough and choppy offshore. We could see the inlet white caps all over the place, waves busting on the rocks. We were a little ways away, and we were still getting constant 2 to 3 foot swells rolling our little flats boat, hitting the back of the boat, spraying up on us. And you can see us trying to get our balance. It was, you know, with the short-sided boat, it was just different, but it was fun. Once we got our balance, had a great day on the boat. One thing to notice in the video, if you watch out the front corner, you can see the lighthouse there and see the buoy. And every time one of the wave sets comes, they're gone, and then they're back again. Then they're gone, and they're back again. That's the front of our boat, just sitting there moving all over the place with those waves. But had a great day. One thing I missed on the video, and I wanted to kind of come at you real quick, was one, to explain the weather and hope that the camera picks everything up and it does it justice. But two, we actually missed getting on video the first fish of the day. The first fish of the day was a blue runner. It got to be 12 inches to keep. That one came in at about 13 and a half, so we kept him because I haven't done a video on a blue runner, catch, clean, and cook. So this video, catch, clean, cook, blue runner, coming at you. Now he's ready. I gave him a warning shot. I'm trying to time on these swells on the throat. That's the hard part, trying to get that timing down. Birds are getting right behind us too. Wow. I can see that one coming. It was like, that was all day long creepy. Alright, so we decided to bring the flats boat out to the inlet today. We saw it was going to be a rough day offshore. Caught for 5 foot seas. We are just at the edge of the jetties over in New Smyrna, if you're familiar with the area, Dunes Park. Got anchored up out here. Wind's blowing. We can see the inlet. It is white capped. It is nasty. It is ugly. But our guest was right. There are no boats going in and out. So without a lot of boat traffic here, this is a good spot to fish in a small boat. The fun part is it feels like we're offshore doing major fishing because we're getting 3 foot swells coming in the inlet. They're just nice rolling swells, but in a little boat like this, it makes for entertaining fishing. You know, it feels like we're doing some real offshore fishing, just hanging out in the inlet. I don't know if the camera does anything justice, but it is sure enough rolling today. So we got some lines in the water. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Jim got a bite. Rod bent over. And he is on. We're going to see what he's got. Fish coming up. Ah! All right, winner, winner. Jack Crevalle dinner. All right. So, this is Jim's right here. I'm gonna help him get this one off the hook. Jacker bells. Now, I like these little ones. You just like them a little bigger than this. This is a little too small, so we're gonna let this one go back. And he's gonna go tell his friends about us. Let them know about the shrimp dinner we're offering. So, how's it feel to have your first fish of the day?
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so we all got fish now. Now it's a matter of getting really good fish. Rod bend over. There we go. That's what we wanted right there. This is the fun part because the water has calmed down a little bit, but it's still rocking pretty good out here. I don't know what it had. Put the rod decently. Let's see what we got here. On the lead line on here, so now we get this far. Now I get to get out here and hand reel the last 5 or 6 feet. Let's see what we got. Rod in the hole, weight secured, and catfish. All right, well, our first big sail cat of the day. We'll see you on the next one. All right, so once again, Jim was back on another fish while I'm sitting here watching and filming. But hey, that's okay. It's a team effort. That's what I'm going to call it. It's called a team effort. Jim brings in the fish, I'll clean them, and we'll eat them. So team effort. Yeah. Let's see what we got. All right, so that's multiple catfish in a row. So I think we might pull anchor and move to a new spot because, well, we want some other catfish. Got a little oomph to it. Set that one in front of front rod holders. Got move spots. Put some lines out. Crank it up. Something to get this bent pole down. Drag pulling. Worst part is that last catfish you saw us catch. Both of those got barbed. My hand is hurting. Jim's holding the camera right now. His hand is hurting. That same catfish got us good. So I'm having trouble just holding the rod. Never been hit one of them catfish bars.
Everybody needs to experience it one time.
And then it goes again. It looks like we got a big old catfish again. So we moved spots and we still found catfish. But that's what happens over here in New Smyrna. There are tons and tons of big cats. And that's what we got, another big old cat on the line. I've always said my whole life I'm a dog person.
That's a nice size one there, though.
It's fun. They're fun to fight, but not what we were wanting for. But
I'm a little gun shy myself now.
Yeah, this one, he's got a little heft to him. So that's fun to reel in. So we're gonna get the bad boy off the line and we'll see you later. We are back at the house. If you watched the first part of this video, and if you're here, you probably did, you saw the very first fish of the day. We caught several catfish, but the first fish we caught was that bluefish today. I chose to go ahead and clean the bluefish and show you the meat of it and cook the bluefish. They're small fish, they're abundant. There's a lot of people that throw them back. They're not considered a prime fish. Not a bad fish. Sometimes they can have a good bloodline. Sometimes the meat's nice and clean. So we're gonna clean this one up for you today, and then we'll go from there. I don't have a camera person with me, so I'll be holding the camera myself. I got my little clamp, so I'm gonna get it positioned, and then we'll clean a fish. There we go. So I apologize that this is me by myself cleaning the fish. But we got a nice little brood runner. A couple ways to do it. I could pull the scales off one way, or do a classic fillet. Me, I like just to do the fillet. By doing the fillet, it's like a lot of other fish. I'm gonna start right here, get my Danko out. And you see they cut nice and easy. And I'm gonna go ahead and on both sides, just give it a little slit. Right through the skin, just down like that. Doesn't matter. Come right up that back. Try and do this where y'all can see as much as possible. So we're just gonna go right, take the point knife, and go right up the backbone, just like this. Nice and easy. I'm gonna clean the scales off my knife. I'm simply gonna come in. I'm gonna peel it up, just like I do on all the other ones. Run the knife through. Right around that rib cage, right down. Once you get down to the bottom, cut it off. Got a nice little piece like that. Now we got that piece. We'll move that one out of the way. There are a couple ribs hanging on here. It's a thin ribbed, thin boned fish. Make sure we get all the ribs off. A nice clean fillet. Come down here. The key is have a good knife. Let your knife do the work. Now you heard me earlier say these fish are considered more of a trash fish sometimes. And you'll see when I flip it over, it does have a pretty good bloodline in it. And I'll show you how I kind of take care of that. Ideally, when these fish run, sometimes you can hit them at schools. Get a nice mess of them. Today, it was rough out there today. I hope all that showed up on camera how rough it actually was, because it was nasty out there today. But I got the bloodline. You also got some pin bones down the middle, so an easy way to do that, put your knife at an angle and come right down that middle. And you cut right at the edge of that bloodline, but cutting downward at an angle this way towards the center. What we're going to do, get that off of there. Clean it up, check for any pin bones or anything that might be staying on. And then all that leaves just that little bit right there as far as the well line. You can clean that up a little bit more if you want, but that gives you one nice little fillet. That side, just flip it over. Same thing, you just want to cut that bloodline out of there. Come in at an angle. Come from this way, you can come in. Down and away. So I'm going down and away from the camera on this one. Cut that out, trim it up. A couple nice little small fillets, little bloodline there. And that is that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip that fish over. I'm going to skin the other side out, knock the side off of it, get a good little fillet out of that. A couple nice little pieces. Back in the kitchen, got all cleaned up, as you can tell. Clean the fish, obviously you get the nice aromas on you. I like to clean up before I do my cooking. What we're gonna do, got that little blue fish you saw catch and clean. Simple little fillets, like I said. We're gonna give them a little dusting, little pans here. So we're gonna use our Everglades and just some black pepper. Nothing too fancy, keeping it simple. Want the flavor of the actual meat is what we want. So we're just gonna give them a light dusting with black pepper on that side. And I gotta be careful with this one because it only has the 2 big holes. Just a nice light Everglades. And we'll flip them over and do it again. Got our pan right here. A little bit of vegetable oil in the bottom of the pan. Our Everglades dusting. A little black pepper. All right. So what I'm gonna do is take these just like this. You can see it's not a bad looking meat. Just had that little bloodline and then the big bloodline that I cut out. Just gonna set them in there. This pan has that crown in the middle, so all the oil runs to the edges, which is nice because I can push a little oil back up on them. so they're not just sitting there in that oil. And we got that one little strip there. So I'll let them sizzle for a second. See the color changing on the meat, starting to whiten up around the edges. They shrunk up just a little bit. So all I want to do is I'm gonna let them sit for just a second, usually a minute tops. These are nice and small, so they don't take 30 seconds to a minute, depending on where you got the oil set on your pan. Give them a little flip. You got to be careful, because once this fish starts cooking all the way through, it will want to fall apart on you. It gets very, very flaky. So I'm going to flip that over. What I'm actually going to do to take them out, I'll have a spatula to help me. With small fillets like that, I can push them up on that spatula and set them over onto my plate. We're just going to let this cook for just a second. Then we're going to pull them out. Along with our fish tonight, we got simple southern meal. Got some grits and got some greens cooking. So we're keeping it real simple tonight. We'll have a little fun with it. What we're going to do is we're going to let these cook for another minute, and then we'll see you at the dinner table. The fish is done. We are at the table. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy and Carl. All right, Tommy. So this is the blue runner, or the blue fish.
Blue guy.
And Carl, you are the blue guy. You have blue fish too, and he's got his blue shirt. So what we're gonna do? Yeah, you're telling everybody about your shirt. Tell you what.
I got blue too.
Yep.
I got bow.
Do you mind taking a bite of your fish while we're talking? Tell me how you what you think.
Good.
You like it? You gonna eat all that fish? All right, Tommy. What do you think about the blue fish there?
You're that blue red.
It's not blue? Did it?
Good.
And you like it?
Red.
Yeah?
So I'll admit, one of my goals today, the first fish of the day, was the bluefish. And my brother-in-law and Gavin and I came up with this slogan. When we're out there and we catch a bluefish, that's also a big common area for redfish. So we're coining the phrase, and we were working on what is called the Dr. Seuss Slam. And that's where we catch one fish, two fish, redfish, and we got the bluefish. Unfortunately today, no redfish. We did one fish, two fish, and we got a bluefish, but we could not complete the slam with a redfish. So if you're out there and you want to try it, the Dr. Seuss Slam. Any two fish, one fish, two fish, and then you got to have a red and a blue. So stick with us for more fun facts. Crystal, what do you think about the bluefish?
Very flaky and very non-fishy but flavorful.
All right. So what we're going to do now, so we can enjoy the rest of our meal, we're going to go ahead and say our blessing. And Carl or Tommy, would one of y'all like to pray tonight? Oh, Carl would like to pray. Oh, you're telling Bubba to pray. Tommy, would you like to pray for us tonight, buddy?
Sure.
All right, Tommy's going to say our prayer.
Jesus, thanks for our day. We have a good day tomorrow. We have a good time. We have a good day. And I hope our dinner tastes good. Thanks for a wonderful breakfast and lunch. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, so we're going to finish. We got the grits on the stove still. We're going to get the grits out, and I'm going to sit down and enjoy a meal with my family. Until next time, we will see you later. All right? Carl, any last words?
Bubba? Who?
Anything you want to say, Carl?